What's up, everybody? This is Andy Haynes, and you are watching Absolute Worldy, another day of the Euros. We had some big games today, some exciting football. Everything opened up with Poland, Netherlands. Netherlands won that 2-1. Looked like an exciting game. Like I said, I'm on the West Coast. I'm not getting up at 6 a.m. I was doing shows last night. We can talk a little bit about the second game, which was Denmark-Slovenia. Denmark, I think they looked good. I kind of knew that they would be competitive, but I didn't know that they were going to look that good. And Christian Eriksen coming through, veteran, quick thinking, playmaker, popped in there, got a 1-0 lead, and that stayed. The same thing throughout. Slovenia did not look bad, though. I want to say Slovenia, I think that the Balkans, they got some talent in there. The Balkans seem to kind of be a place that grows soccer talent. Obviously, Croatia's success is like very evident of that. But we have Serbia, Albania being competitive against Italy yesterday, Bosnia-Herzegovina qualifying for multiple World Cups. It's kind of a location. It's kind of a place that does football right. Benjamin Sesko, who plays for RB Leipzig, is a very sought-after frontman for a lot of the EPL teams this year, including my club, Arsenal, the best club in the world. You guys knew that already, though. The greatest football club in history, probably the best thing to ever happen to football.
We're in such.
Did you put on that Dreamville sweatshirt just so that you could appeal to American audiences?
This is it, dude. I knew there's no way I was going to appeal to the other demographic if I didn't do this.
You knew that I had a huge urban following on my new football podcast.
That's it. Yeah, I heard that your new demographic is just African Americans. I thought, what better than a black hoodie?
Were the vibes pretty celebratory in Amsterdam?
So I was watching it at this bar. The way the Dutch support is they're excited for 2 minutes, not even they score and then they're yes, and then they just back to normal. That's it.
Yeah.
Have you ever done those shows where it's you can't build momentum? They laugh at a joke and they just go okay, next one, fuck boy, you gotta just keep going. That's the Dutch response to football. They score once, they win, they just go, okay, now next one, let's be efficient about it. So they're happy, and they were really mad when Poland scored. They were just visibly people they were distraught. And then but when they won, it was kind of of course we won. Did anyone doubt it? But the entire city's orange. Everyone's just wearing whether you're international or not, they're wearing orange face paint or something. It's everyone's out watching the game.
Did you think they played well? Poland isn't bad, but Poland isn't that good.
They're not great, but I said before the game I actually thought Poland was gonna win just because I think the Dutch without Frankie de Jong, it's really tough. I really they've got a couple of really good midfielders, the one that plays at PSV. I think he's 27 now. His name is Fierman or something. They won the Eredivisie, they won the Dutch league this year, and he was a big part of it. So I think he's good, but I think without that player, and I thought the Polish team was always kind of really good. I don't really like Ronald Koeman as a manager. So I didn't think they played great. I thought they got kind of lucky. They kind of looked like they were one step behind that's what I thought about watching. I didn't think they they're clearly a better team player for player, but I didn't think they played great.
So do you think that's just knocking off the dust, or is this kind of where they're at right now?
I think the one thing I will say, I think it's a bit of both. I think they're quite lucky with their seeding because I was looking at it a bit earlier. If they make it through the knockouts, they don't have. I think the at worst case scenario, if they kind of win their group, they'll play Belgium in the semis or the quarters. They've got quite an easy run, and then they run into either England or Germany, and I think that could be a little bit difficult. But the Dutch always, I think they could get a little bit far, but I think once they come up against a proper contender, I think they're going to lose pretty comfortably. That's my prediction. I would say they could get to the semis because of the seeding, but then I think that if they come against France, England, Germany, I think they're going to kind of get beat comfortably.
What about what was I going to say? Did you watch the other games, or was it kind of one game was that's a lot of football?
I watched some of England. I saw Jude score, and then I had to get it back up on stage. I was watching it during the half. The Dutch game was my time. It was 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. and I had the first show at 6, so I was able to watch that comfortably. I didn't watch was it Slovenia? Was it Slovenia playing at 5?
Slovenia, Denmark. I
Oh,
watched that, and the Danes looked good. I mean, it ended up as a tie, so
yeah.
it's like, how good are
Oh,
they?
was it one
But
one?
yeah, it was 1-1. But Slovenia's decent. They have Sesko from RB Leipzig and a couple
Yeah,
other
he's
guys.
great. Yeah.
Sesko didn't actually score. I think it was Eric Janza. You familiar with him?
Gianza. I don't know Gianza, no. Should I pretend that I do that and let the viewers go like, wow, he
No,
really
no. This
knows
has been.
everything?
I mean, half the time I'm doing this, I'm like looking up the name of whoever it is.
Yeah.
I think he plays for a Slovenian team, unless you are familiar with NK Osijek.
No, that must be Slovenia, right? Probably where it just sounds it's like Eastern European or something.
The Balkans always tend to produce good football countries, like
Yeah.
programs like
Yeah.
Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia Herzegovina, Serbia, Albania. Like the Macedonians beat Italy a couple years and kept them out of the World Cup. Like
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I didn't get to actually watch a ton of the England Serbia game. It looks like England was kind of disappointing, which is like it's. I don't want to like condemn this Euro to this, but it's just been a kind of lackluster beginning. Like it was like okay, Germany beat.
Scotland, 5-1, yeah, 5-1, right?
Yeah, and
Or
it was
4-1.
Scotland didn't
5-1.
even score. It was an own goal on Rudiger. But other than that,
Yeah.
there hasn't been
Oh,
a
that's right.
single like upset. There hasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say the biggest upset or like the most surprising thing was like Albania scored in the first minute yesterday, and then Slovenia tied Denmark. And I think Denmark's just considered a better nation. So it's kind of it's not that it's been boring or anything, but it's just been like where's I'm hoping for that Cinderella story to pop up, which will lead us to the next segment. We're gonna get you out of here because I know you need to get to bed. I know you need to put on like what is it you guys do over there? You drink like a warm glass of goat's milk and you put on a little
Goat's
hat and you
milk.
light a candle. Is that what it is?
You blackface before every night. That's what you do. You go to bed.
That's it.
There you put
Every
the lights on.
bedtime. Every
Every
bedtime we do
bedtime.
blackface.
Every bed.
That's
Do you
so
know?
sweet.
Do you know what happened? I literally was it actually like last week. I met Virgil van Dijk. I like
Oh, whoa.
yeah. So and I don't know if you have this, but like athletes make me really nervous. Like I don't get nervous around many people. Athletes, I'm like, oh my God, it's happening. And
I
he
met,
was
oh, I was going to say, who did I meet? It wasn't Rivaldo. It was somebody of that era of Brazil when I was in Brazil for the World Cup. And
yeah.
I completely like cheesed. I was just like a
Oh
complete,
yeah.
like, there was no
I
like, oh, I work in entertainment. It was just
yeah.
like immediate fanboy. Can I take
Yeah.
a picture with you? Grinning ear to ear.
That you on the same day, so I met Virgil van Dijk and I got super nervous. And then later there, I met Tommy Hilfiger, but I didn't know he was a real person. So I was like, there was this one guy, and I was just like, who's this guy? And I was like, cause I really liked, I knew, like, I assumed he was real, but just not like right now. I thought he was like, he was just hanging out somewhere else. But Van Dijk, I was like, this is amazing. This is like the
That's
best thing.
great.
And
Um,
I choked completely. I was just like, I love you.
well, that's huge for you. I mean, that's kind of your home nation. Thanks so much, buddy. Do you mind taking a selfie in this
No.
exact pose that I can use for a thumbnail?
Yes, so I'll send it like this. Is that cool?
Yeah, do something like that. Please throw up gang signs. Maybe
Gang
like,
cut,
yeah,
Dreamville.
gang, gang. Yeah.
Dream,
Uh,
this is Dream. They're gonna think we're dropping a mixtape. Dreamville, let's go.
yeah, we are. I'm gonna have an AI mixtape created by the end
Yeah,
of the
we're
evening.
dandy.
But thank you, Daniel Yazbek, and good luck. Are you rooting for the Dutch? Is that your team?
I'm actually no. I'm an inside. I'm a Trojan horse. I kind of hope they lose. The Dutch piss me off. The Dutch piss me off.
Yeah.
But if it's for I'll give you both answers. Yeah, go Dutch. Let's go.
Okay. And
Whichever
then
one
what's
it
the other
is.
one?
The other one, I would like England to win. I would like. I think Gareth Southgate's terrible. So that's the
Yeah.
thing. It's I would like England to win, but again, like, yeah, the Dutch don't deserve victory. They're not grateful for it. They take
No,
advantage of
yeah.
the
You guys are just on your boats, just in your weird
yeah.
little canal
Just hang
streets.
out, just smoking weed,
Yeah.
just doing nothing. You guys should
Do your
lose.
jobs.
Do your
Get a
job.
job.
Yeah. Stop taking all the good Curacao players and then just pretending they're Dutch.
Exactly.
Fuck it.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm pissed about. I'm pissed about the brain drain from Curacao. Daniel, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Everybody go follow Daniel, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.